Hey guys, I feel like I say this every time, but it has been a long time since we posted our last vlog. A lot of stuff have happened in the meantime. It's not because we don't post a vlog that we don't work on the game anymore. Actually, we worked more than ever on this game. We just didn't have the time to post a vlog. The biggest thing that happened in my personal life, at least, is I moved to a new place. We bought a condo, so an apartment in Montreal. And also I changed jobs 2 times since our last vlog. So yeah, so as you guys know, might not know, me and Justin were working part-time on this project. It's something that we want to release. It's the game, we want to release it. It's a actual project of ours, a dream of ours, but we're full-time game developers respectively in 2 different companies. And so every time we have a little bit of time, we work on Barista Simulator. That being said, I'm going to show you a couple of new stuff that we added in the game. The very first thing that you might notice that changed in the refactor is the panel in here that we call the canvas info now displays a little bit more custom information. And initially with the previous code base, it was not really possible to have something as unique as this, or to be able to display any kind of information we wanted. But now it is possible. So I'm going to show you, you have an example here. The cups pile can display any kind of information we want. For now it displays the amount of cups left in this pile. So if I take a cup, for instance, you can see that it went to 4. Now it's 3, 2, and you get the point. And now if I try to take a cup, nothing happens. It actually says that I need a refill. The whole refill thing is not, it's not set in stone. We don't know what we're gonna do there, but it's just to show you that we can do a bunch of little new things like that. Another example is the trash. So if I am to go here in front of the trash, it's gonna say the trash is 0% full. And we just thought it would be kind of cool to have to take out trash once in a while. And so the values here are not final, but you can see that I put 2 cups in there. I don't know why you would throw mugs like this, but yeah, so now it's 15% full. And you can always empty the bin. That whole thing is possible because now on every interactable, we have this new method that is called, or this new string that is called get info to display. And in here, we can simply put whatever we want for displaying on this canvas. And so as you can see in the cup pile here, I'm just providing the amount of cups in the pile left. And I have this value as a variable there. Another example is the trash bin, as you can see. So I'm in this new class now, trash bin, and you can see I have the same exact string here, but in there I can decide to display any other custom information that I want. And so all the interactables have that get info to display, and the UI just reads that and fills the data based on what's in here. So the 2 new bigger features or bigger things that I want to show you in this vlog is number 1, the grinder. So I'm going to show you the code here of this grinder and how it works and how it interacts. And obviously the biggest piece in any coffee store or coffee shop is the espresso machine right here. So the grinder, first of all, this isn't a placeholder mesh for now, but you can see that it has a bean hopper on the top on the prefab. It has some sort of a slider here that you can probably adjust grind size. You can turn it on and off with this button, and then there's this space here for placing a portafilter or any container to store grounds in. First of all, you have a list of all the possible interactions, and so I'm on the grinder possible interactions right now, and we thought that the grinders could, start grinding, be on or off, that you could take any portafilter that's stored in. I'll explain that later. You could place a portafilter, or that you could just directly grind into whatever you have in your hands, whatever you're holding. And so based off this, I created a bunch of different actions, the same that you saw on the game design document. So you can grind into, you can start grinding, you can change the grind size, and you can refill the grinder. Every action that has to do with something else, like a portafilter, is managed on the portafilter itself. I might show you that later. And then you can see here that I have 3 meshes. This is 3 different meshes I use whenever, depending on the amount of beans in the hopper here. Let's assume that there's not a lot of beans in the hopper. I would hide these 2 and then just show this one in code, obviously. And then if there is an amount of beans in there that is superior or higher, then I would probably show the medium. And then if the grinder is kind of full, then I'd show this one here. It is just a visual representation of the beans inside the grinder. If we look at the code here, you can see all the things that you can do. So you can start to change the grind size. This is a thing we're trying out, having different game mechanics. I'll show you that in a bit. So you can change the grind size. You can fill whatever you have in your hand if you grind. You can refill the grinder. That's very important. If the grinder is empty, you need to pour beans in. And that's pretty much it. And if we look at what you can do with it in the game, you're gonna see that first of all, the grinder starts empty, and so there's nothing in there. So you need to actually go and pick up a bag of beans, a bag of roasted beans, and you can see a bunch of like little properties there of whatever is in that bag. So this bag is full. It's an African Ronda bean. So from Africa. The process, the roast level, we might go over this later. So I can take this bag and I can go here and refill the grinder. That takes a little bit. Obviously we didn't work the animations or anything. We're gonna have some. And then once I did this, you can see the bag is now empty. So I can probably throw that out. And the grinder on the opposite is 68% full because the bag of coffee didn't have as many as the grinder can carry. And you can see that the grind size is set to coarse. So what I can do now is I could change the grind size by opening this little game mechanic. You can see this grinder can only grind extra coarse or coarse. And that's something we want to do, is to have different like quality in terms of equipments and machines. So grinders could be limited, so you have to progress and purchase a better grinder later on. Now for the espresso machine, this was a little bit more tricky to do because, as you can see, we started with this model which is like a mid-game espresso machine that has 2 portafilters. In case you don't know what portafilters are, or an espresso machine overall, you usually take this piece in your hand, put some grounds, so coffee grounds in there, clip that back there, and then most machines you're going to press a button and water is running through those grounds and then in your cup. But the problem is that we had 2 of these, so I needed to like divide the machine in 2 pieces. And so what I did is I created kind of sections. And so in the game, it is possible to have espresso machines with like 3, 4 portafilters or group heads. So you have the parent, which is the espresso machine, but it doesn't do much in terms of gameplay. It's almost empty. And then you have what we call the espresso machine section. And so as many sections as we have, we can just add some of these. And you can see now here all the actions possible for that you can interact with on an espresso machine section. You can take the portafilter, so you can take this in your hand, you can place it back, you can make an espresso, you can make a double espresso for now. You could potentially froth milk, we didn't do this yet. You can place a cup underneath to start making an espresso in it, and you can take that cup back. So gameplay wise, So as you can see, as I explained, if you have, you have nothing in your hands, the portafilter is empty, there's no cup, the only thing that you can do is take the portafilter. That's the very first step. And then what I'm expecting you to do is come and grind into the portafilter. But for now, the grinder is empty. So as earlier, and this is, now we're starting and everything's empty and stuff, but when you open your cafe in the morning, you're gonna be able to set, your things up, right? You're gonna be able to fill the grinder, dial in your espresso and stuff like that. For now, I have to do it because it's just a prototype, but eventually you're gonna have to set up your cafe in the morning, and then you can open and be ready when people are coming. So now you can see here that the portafilter is full. I just grinded right into it, so I can clip that back there. The next step would be to have a cup. So if I take a large cup, I'm gonna be automatically doing a double espresso, and if I take a small cup, I'm gonna be automatically making a simple or just an espresso. So you can see now I can either take the cup or take the portafilter out, but I'm gonna make an espresso. And as soon as I do this, we created this little UI that shows you the progress of the espresso extraction. I put it to 30 seconds because that's like an average, but we never know. Maybe some in the game, some machines in the game could go faster, slightly faster as an upgrade or whatever. And very simply, when it's going to be done, again, we didn't work the animations or anything like that, but when it's going to be done, you're going to have an espresso ready right in your cup, and then you can potentially serve that if someone is ordering an espresso. These are orders that I can generate. You're going to be able to serve that, and that's it. And you can see here that it says it's a cup of espresso. And yeah. Alright guys, so as I said, there's a couple of other stuff that we want to share in this vlog. This is already a long vlog, and yet again, you can join the Discord. We're pretty active there. You can ask us any questions about the game or propose any features. Actually, if you have any features you'd like to see in this game, please comment down below. It's very helpful for us to know what kind of feature you'd like to have. Every links is going to be down below. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next vlog.